Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Just Add Misplay, and today we're going to go over a Horde deck that I've built. This is for a two-player co-op game of Magic the Gathering. I guess you could play it with more than two players if you want, but the main point is you're playing a cooperative game with your friends and versing this zombie deck, okay? Originally, this was a zombie EDH deck with Ghoul Caller Gisa as the commander, which she costs 5, and you can pay a black and tap her to sacrifice another creature you control, and then you end up creating X 2/2 zombies equivalent to the power of that creature that you sacrificed. Ghoul Caller Gisa went into my Magic the Gathering cube, so this deck no longer has a commander, so it's still a deck. Like, it just doesn't have Ghoul Caller Gisa. So I wanted to do something else with that. So what I did was I made it a Horde deck. I went through and I took out all the basic swamps and just made them all zombie tokens. That way, if I ever wanted to play this deck as like a regular EDH deck, I can still play and just tell the play group, like, hey, all the zombie tokens in my deck are actually just basic swamps. Is that cool? And a lot of the people in my play group understand that and they're okay with it. It's cool to have zombies as your swamps. We ended up taking out a few extra cards to throw into the cube as well, but this deck is still no joke. So we have 44 lands total, and 42 of them are zombies or basic swamps, and then we have Everglades and Cabal Stronghold. These are kind of useless in the co-op Horde game, but if I kept them in there in case I do want to play, and I have played outside of the Horde and used it as an actual EDH deck. So we're actually going to start off with Liliana of the Dark Realms. Search your library for a swamp, reveal it, put it in your hand. A lot of swamps in this deck. 42 if you were paying attention. The +1 makes sure that we get our land drop for turn, and if you ever get to -6, it's going to be insane. So we got them broken down in 3 piles. We have instants and sorceries, our creatures, and then our removal. Well, maybe this is enchantments. Yeah, this is enchantments. Whoops. Misplay. Starting off, we got Bile Blight. All creatures and all other creatures with the same name get -3/-3 until end of turn. This kills a lot of things. It kills a Krinko. It kills all the Krinko's goblins it makes. It's a good card. A lot of the cards in this deck are based around zombie themes. So I use a lot of zombie names, zombie nostalgia, and you'll see that as we go. Wake of the Dead. It's in there because what I just said. Night's Whisperer. Draw 2, lose 2 life. Pretty cool. Rise of the Dark Realms. That's a zombie card, obviously. Terror. That sounds like zombies. Sudden Spoiling is a really cool removal spell. It's like a gotcha card, and it flows in with the whole zombie theme. We have Despise, same deal. I like the fact that you reveal their hand and then have your opponent discard it. Appetite for Brains, this is like the #1 card in this deck. When I turn 1, drop a swamp, and then play Appetite for Brains, I just love the way that feels with this deck because it's so zombie, and it doesn't even know it. I love it. Command the Dread Horde and Tragic Slip. You guys starting to see the theme yet? You starting to see it? Up next, we have our creatures. Skull Render. Look at that sicko with his tongue out. Ghastly Remains. Noosegraph Mob. Liliana's Reaver, really good card. Lifebane Zombie, I love this card as well. I like how it enters the battlefield and you get to reveal the opponent's hand. Like, there's a lot of zombies in this deck that do that, or cards where you can look at the opponent's hand, and that's definitely beneficial. Phyrexian Delver is like a reanimate creature. Oh, we all know what Grey Merchant of Asphodel does. Lazatap Reaver's pretty good. This guy, you just cycle him, throw him in the graveyard, why not? Grave Shifter, Soulless One, Festering Zombie, Grave Graveborn Muse. There's not a whole lot of card draw in this deck, but Graveborn Muse will help you draw cards, but you end up losing a life for them, which you're only going to need this effect once or twice, so it's a good card. And then for the other half, we got Spiteful Returned. I like the art. I like that it's a zombie, and then Bestow is really cool. I like the additional ability here. Whenever a creature attacks, if an opponent loses 2 life. So that's like a second theme that I got going on in this deck. It works if I want to play Horde, and it also works in EDH. So whenever this was my go-to deck whenever it was like the last game of the night and everyone's like, it's like 1 a.m. Everyone's trying to go home and they're like, hey, let's just get one more quick game in. This is the deck I grabbed because it's so quick and it has abilities like that where like each player will lose 2 life with the amount of zombies you control and stuff like that. Digraph Colossus. Skirk Ridge Exhumer. You discard a card and you put a Festering Goblin token into play. Looks like this. Crypt Breaker, draw a spell. We got Shepherd of the Rot. See this guy right here? Each player loses 1 life for each zombie in play. This is what I'm talking about. You just tap it and then everyone all of a sudden takes like 10 damage. It's a fast game. And I like that because like I kind of have my zombies going like suicidal because like that's what they do. They're zombies. They don't care if they die. And like I make sure like when I'm playing this deck, I play it on theme and I make my zombies attack every turn, even if it's like not a good attack. I just make them do it. All right. Raving Dead. Stronghold Assassin's pretty good. Flashback Marauder. We all know him. We all love him. Vindictive Lich. This card can be... Wait, when it dies, choose 1 or more. Each move must target a different player. It's going to, unless it's just you and another player, right? Eternal Taskmaster has that graveyard manipulation. Risen Executioner. It's like a Anthem zombie. Lord of the Undead. Look at that. Another Anthem zombie. Vizier of the Scorpion. This creates those amass tokens, which are zombie tokens, which are good. Weight of the Precinct 6. Another +1/+1 Anthem dude, and it gives him Death Touch. Vengeful Dead. Really good. Here's a newer card. It helps with the card draw like a lot, especially because I make my zombies go a little kamikaze and just like send them to the grave. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And you draw cards because of it. We got Erebos, God of the Dead. This right here, this static, your opponents can't gain life, makes this card so much better. It's really good. And then it has the card draw on top of it. And it also fits that theme, Butcher Malakir, because he's just so good. He's just so good. And if you have a bunch of suicidal zombies swinging in, you will benefit from having Butcher Malakir on the field. He's not a zombie, but, I think he's cool with them, Read the Bones, card draw. Underworld Connections, enchantment, card draw. Open the Graves. Get those tokens when your zombies die. You get more zombies. Army of the Damned. Look at that. More zombies. Oh, this card. This card is so much fun to play. Necrotic Plague. You're probably looking at it like, what the heck is this? So, I'm going to tell you. Enchanted creature has, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice this creature. So you're going to pay 4 and you're going to play this on your opponent's creature, right? And at the beginning of their upkeep, they sacrifice that creature, and then they get to attach this enchantment to another creature. And then when that creature's controller's upkeep comes around, it gets sacrificed, and it just keeps going around the table. It's like so on theme with the zombies, and it makes them like sacrifice. Like it's just a lot of fun to play. It's a little slow. It's obviously not fantastic, but when you play it and like you just see everyone at the table kind of clench up like, oh, don't target my thing. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Play more cards that are fun. That's what this channel's all about. Dictate of Erebos. I say that and like the next card is like not fun. So yeah, take it how you want it. Curse of the Shallow Graves. Make zombies. Endless Rank of the Dead. More zombies. Dreadhorde Invasion. Guess what? More zombies. Whip of Erebos is Graveyard Reanimation. Curse of Disturbance, make those zombies. Graph Harvest, giving your zombies menace is a big deal. It's a real big deal. And then you have that second ability, which you're probably not going to do that a whole lot, but it's there if you need it. It only costs 1 to bring out. And then Bad Moon gives all black creatures +1/+1. So you got to be careful with this because your opponents will get that benefit too. But a lot of the time, you're going to have a lot of zombies to where you're going to be the one getting the best benefit from this card. Once again, Gravecaller Geysa is the original commander for this deck. And we'll just do like a quick little demo here. So if you've never played Horde before, there's 100 cards, and the opponent that you're versing is like a computer player, right? And they have this deck, and we're going to see how well this works. I don't know, because this isn't going to be the best shuffle. But let's just say we're verse them, right? Turn 1, I play my guy and pass, right? So with the Horde deck, right off the bat, they flip cards from the top until they flip a non-zombie token. So this right here is Army of the Damned. So right off the bat, they would cast that for free. And that would suck because they'd be getting 13 2/2 black zombies, which is a problem, right? So let's just say they didn't get that card. All right, so let's try another one. So reveal cards from the top until you reveal a non-zombie token, right? Boom. So these 2 zombies enter the battlefield, and this guy enters the battlefield as well. Now, all zombies on the opponent's side of the field have haste, so they get to swing the turn that they come into play, right? This guy does not get haste. Whenever you go to attack the Horde, let's say I'm doing 3 damage, it takes away 3 cards from their deck, right? So the heroes, you and the people you're co-oping with, or if you're just playing by yourself, you want to try to keep attacking this deck until all the cards are gone. And then once all the cards are gone, defeat all the zombies on the battlefield, and then you win. You just kind of have to like survive the Horde. And that's what it's all about. It's a really neat twist on how to play Magic the Gathering, and I really like the fact that it's co-op, especially like with 2-player, like me and my wife playing this. We played the co-op for a while there. There's a lot of times where we got our butt kicked, and then there's a lot of times where we won. It all just depends on the card flips, right? But it's nice to, like, instead of going against each other, team up and try to achieve that goal together of where we both win, So check it out if you get a chance. If you have any more questions about Horde, I'm sure you can look it up online, or you can ask them in the comments below, and hopefully I can help you out. All right. So I hope you enjoyed looking at this mass of ghouls I have for a Horde deck, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Also, if you could hit the thumbs up, it really goes a long way and it helps out a lot. You can find me on Twitch at JustAddMisplay. Thanks again for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.